So now I would like to give the floor to our distinguished Dr. Wakar Uddin. Professor Doctor, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you very much for participating in this important event. And I want to thank all the organizers for making this event happen. I am very encouraged by the number of attendees in this kind of event that clearly tells the international community the seriousness of this issue, how important the Rohingya issue is. His Excellency Thomas Quintana has said something very striking, very true. The key word used by Myanmar government is illegal Bengali immigrants. Illegal Bengali immigrants. Illegal people came from Bangladesh and settled in Arakan. That is the entire pretext of the government of Burma, why they are after Rohingya. They know the truth. It's sincerely, they don't believe that, but this is the truth. They know that's the policy they can drive on to drive out these people. You call it ethnic cleansing, you call it persecution, you call it genocide, hidden genocide, whatever the term is, they are trying to eliminate the population. Reduce it, eventual elimination of the population. Illegal Bengali immigrants. That means I am also an illegal Bengali immigrant. I'm a Rohingya. I was born in Arakan. His Excellency has visited my town, Maungdo. My grandfather was born there. My great-grandfather was born there. We don't know how far we can go back. We don't have all the family tree literatures, but we know that we have evidence there. So that's not only me. We're talking about 3 million people of Rohingya. That's roots. I'm not a historian, but I can tell you this. You look at the literature. There's a Rohingya calendar. You have seen, many of you have those information there. Experts, authorities, authors have written that Rohingya predates. Rohingya history in Arakan predates the country of Burma. When Rohingya were there in Arakan, Burma was not there. That's how much I can tell you, but if you're interested to read more about it, there's a lot of literature available to tell you that how indigenous these Rohingya people are. That's our part of our reason why we are fighting for our rights. His Excellency has said also that he found out that Myanmar, vast majority of Burmese people and the government does not recognize us citizens of Burma. Yes, today they do not recognize us citizens of Burma because our citizenship have been deprived, taken away by the government. You go to the older generations, people who are 50 years and older, they have a card called NRC card. What is NRC? National Registration Certificate. They have that. The male has a green color, women has pink color. It was given by the government after independence, after 1947. It lasted many, many decades. And I have one, my own, I have one NRC card. So how we cannot be a citizen of Burma? Nationality was used, the term they used. They didn't use the word citizenship, then like US does, European does. Nationality, NRC cards. They stopped giving NRC cards and started giving white cards. In the Burmese, they call it Tandaya, suspicion. Okay. That white cards. Those white cards holders, because they are apparently, evidently citizens, they were given right to vote in 2015. They have elected a USDP in our districts. Overwhelming support by the Rohingya people to USDP candidates to become parliamentarians. So are they illegal Bengali immigrants? Why did you give them the right to vote? And before that, during the military time and throughout the history, before 1947, during the provisional government, after 1947 independence, 48 January 4th independence, Rohingya people have been participating in voting and election until 2015 through all different governments. Now they have taken away President Thein Sein's order to take away those white cards so they cannot vote. So Rohingya people are deprived, disenfranchised from voting, and they are also banned from contesting in the election. So this is the situation. How government has devised the strategy from every angle just to eliminate the population, marginalize the population. So that is what's happening on the ground. Today, okay, today situation did not improve. There was recent election in Myanmar in November last year, and NLD had landslide victory. And there have been transition of government since then. Parliament has came in. Now the president was appointed, chosen a couple of days ago. So things have been moving along that line. There has been euphoria in Burma and in international community that Burma is moving toward true democracy. For Rohingya people, it's not true democracy. For Rohingya people, it's not even democracy. Rohingya issue has been detached from this process. As you know, while the political situation is improving, quote unquote, in Burma, Rohingya situation is not improving. In fact, in many townships, situation has deteriorated. I will give you 3-4 examples of what's happening today. Forget about that. His Excellency Thomas Quintana has explained all that travel restrictions, marriage restrictions, education restrictions, all the human rights violations. Has been going on. On top of that, what's happening today? Government has devised another strategy. Scam, green card scam. They are giving Rohingya green card and arguing those like it's green card like US, permanent residency. The citizen Rohingya were given green card, reverse process. And the green card, they are forced, Rohingya people are forced to write Bengali. And you know, I don't need to explain why government is insisting that you people are Bengali. Basically, to deprive the rights. If they are Bengali, and they can sell that idea, they are illegal Bengali immigrants. If you're illegal, you cannot have all the rights. You cannot be full and equal citizen like you were before. So what they're looking at, naturalized citizen. To the best case scenario, naturalized citizen. So if you're a naturalized citizen, that means third category, third class citizen. Class 3, that means you will not have rights. So the Rohingya people do not have rights today. That's illegal, unconstitutional, and they want to make it constitutional. They want to legalize the practice they are doing now, this discriminatory practice, violation of human rights, and persecution. Children, new children were born, and government told that you cannot list that new baby in the family list. You cannot put a newborn baby in the family list. So when the baby is 20 years old, they will say, oh, this baby there's no documentation here. This baby must have come from Bangladesh. That's the real idea behind that. That's the real idea behind that. Now there are some marriages taking place. Brides came to the new family member list. Right? New bride is part of the family, and government is denying that the bride cannot be listed in the family list. So, if the bride is not in the family list, that means came from Bangladesh. You see, the idea that how they devise the policy. Every angle they are doing things that to accuse the Rohingya people are not from there. So that's the current situation. NLD. I want to stress one point here about NLD, an NLD-led government. Before that, maybe I should say a little bit about the time I have, international advocacy, this type of work, this type of event. Because there are slight improvement maybe in the future because of the efforts by international community, including His Excellency's work, US Congress, US government, State Department, White House, United Nations General Assembly, United Nations Human Rights Council, Canadian Parliament, European Union, British government, OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, all these organizations and governments have been active in promoting the cause of Rohingya for the just cause, for a just cause. Because of OIC, because of your government, because of UNGA, General Assembly, and Human Rights Council, Rohingya people got some attention, and then pressure has been mounting on Myanmar government. That's why violence has stopped. I did not go into why violence. I will have time to talk about violence. Violence has been stopped. The government has stopped the violence. Government was able to stop the violence. Government could have been able to stop the violence from the very beginning, 2012 June. But they finally stopped when they want to stop the violence. All because of international pressure. So we need to sustain these efforts. We need to have this kind of gathering more and more in the future so that there will be awareness and international level and the pressure on Burmese government. It is good time that we do this. International community is more active because of NLD coming in new NLD government. The question is, what can NLD do now? We do not know what NLD can do because government has just started. But unfortunately, there is a high expectation from Aung San Suu Kyi that she will be able to fix this issue, not just Rohingya issue, ethnic ceasefire and all other issues. I think this is not productive. We should not, especially I call on our Rohingya people around the world not to jump and write on the net or say that Aung San Suu Kyi is going to solve our problem. That's going to be untimely, that's going to be unwise, that's going to be not practical. We need to be practical. We need to give some time to the new government of Myanmar and see how they are formulating their policy. They will need to develop a roadmap, a strategic roadmap, how they are going to solve this issue. There's short-term issue, mid-term issue, long-term issues. For example, short-term issues, urgent issues, IDPs. 140,000 Rohingya IDPs, people are in camps. They need to be repatriated to their homes. That's very important. Human rights violations. People will need to be able to, Rohingya people need to be able to move around, travel restriction, free travel, freedom of worship, free to education, healthcare, no marriage license permit requirement. People should be able to marry who they want to marry when they want to marry. These kind of issue, human rights violations, major human rights violations, need to be addressed by. Okay, and then His Excellency talked about citizenship issue. Full and equal citizenship, not naturalization, not green card. Those needs to be issued. So, and the development of the Arkan state, long-term objectives. Their international community is craving to help people of Arkan, both Rohingya Muslims and Buddhist Rakhine, Khmer and others, to have a better life, develop the state, Arkan state, and beyond also in Burma. So I am calling on the international community and Rohingya people, let's give some time, let's not jump and expect too much out of Aung San Suu Kyi. That will not going to be wise, that's not going to be very reliable. So that's going to be, what NLD can do, what we can ask NLD today, one thing we can ask, to facilitate dialogue in Burma involving Rohingya leadership inside Burma, Rohingya leadership outside Burma, and moderate Rakhine elements. A government has the ability to facilitate a dialogue, inter-community dialogue, to start understanding, to build confidence, so that we can get along, we can bring the peace to Arkan, and then we can develop Arkan, so there will be no riot, there will be no violence in Arkan. Government can do at least that. NLD can do at least humanitarian efforts, giving access to international community to the IDP camps to provide food and medicine. Not telling that you cannot go there, you cannot go there. Government has still humanitarian issues. Maybe we will negotiate, we will enter into dialogue with other important issues, political issues, which may need legislation. That's long-term projects. But we need to start somewhere, start from confidence building. So we call on the new president of Myanmar and the NLD-led government of Myanmar to facilitate peace a process of peace, to develop a viable strategy to start so that things can move forward and build on that slowly on incremental phase, on incremental stepwise approach rather than asking for everything. That's not going to happen. That's not practical. So we want to progress, move forward incremental. That's the message for new NLD government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for the overview and the updates on the human rights situation, including your people. And by the way, thank you for raising awareness here. It's always a great pleasure to have you on the panel.